Hello guys, welcome to another session. So here we will be exploring an alarming and a very critical topic that's raising eyebrows across the world at this point of time. The question is China hiding a new virus outbreak at this point of time? See, speculation is very much there that the new virus, the human metapneumovirus, HMPV, is spreading very fast in China. So this scenario, brings back memories of COVID-19 pandemic's early days when similar secrecy surrounded, by China's response. So we will be discussing all these details and we'll try to uncover the facts and China's handling of the situation and why the world once again on a high alert. So see, if you look at China's track record during the COVID-19 time, initial outbreak time, so it again continues to haunt the global perception, right? Back then, if you remember, there was secrecy and delayed communication that contributed significantly to the pandemic spread. So the current reports from China, again, rising infections, lack of data transparency, and concerns over HMPV have reignited the fears of another global health crisis like what we have witnessed at that point of time in 2019-20 regarding the COVID-19. So see, with respect to this, it is again adding that anxiety that the return of Donald Trump. So a staunch critic of China's pandemic management, and this potentially set the stage for heightened tension between these global superpowers also. Let's talk about what is this human metapneumovirus, HMPV. See, HMPV is not a new virus. It has been known since 2001 onwards. But what makes it worrisome now is the rapid increase in cases in China and the apparent reluctance of Chinese authorities to release the accurate data. So we don't know to what extent it have spread and what exactly is the data and everything. We only know the infection is spreading. So the virus, in fact, primarily impacts the children under the age of 14 and elderly individual with weakened immune system. So its symptoms mimic the common, the cold, cough, running nose and fever. But it can escalate into severe lung infection also, including pneumonia. So this combination of subtle symptoms and lack of vaccine, in fact, pose a significant challenge for early detection and containment. So see, the virus predominantly affect the vulnerable demography. As I told you, the children and the under 5 significantly it will affect, and adult over 65 also it will affect significantly. So symptoms, if you see, as I discussed, the cough, sore throat, fever, and in severe cases there will be shortness of breath also. So it may sometimes get ignored by thinking that it's a normal fever. For some, the infection may progress to, like as I told you, infection will come to the lungs and like pneumonia-like conditions. So what is alarming us? The virus spread very easily, much like what we have seen in case of COVID-19 through sneezing. It can spread very easily. So the close contact or touching the contaminated surfaces, all this will lead to spread of diseases like COVID-19. So this highlights the critical need for hygiene and preventive measures, just like what we did in 2020 onwards after the COVID outbreak. Now, if you look at the report, it suggests that China is withholding key data about the virus. That's actually the concern, right? Including the actual number of cases and the fatalities. There are speculations about medical emergencies, and there are silent lockdowns in certain regions, which is again coming up. So there are videos again which are circulating on social media, which in fact show overcrowded hospitals, coughing patients, and strained healthcare workers, further fueling these concerns across the world. So some sources even claim that over 7,800 cases and 170 plus fatalities have been already reported. These numbers remain unverified, but this is actually creating that bigger concern across the world. What are the preventive measures and why the global vigilance is required at this point of time? In the absence of vaccine, see, prevention is the only defense. Regular hand washing, like we did in case of COVID with a soap for at least 20 seconds, that will and also you need to avoid touching your face in public setting and wearing mask in crowded areas are essential practices, and we are already habituated with that for years. So these basic habits, whether or not the pandemic emerges, it's not important, but it's very crucial for your personal and public health at this point of time. Now, given China's history for concealing the outbreaks, global vigilance is not it's advice. It's not just advisable, it's very much imperative, and we need to follow that strictly. Otherwise, we don't know to what extent it can spread, and all of a sudden the outbreak can come and it can across the world and get affected, and we may have to go for another lockdown. So what the future, what lies ahead? See, as winter is intensifying, the possibility of multiple viruses circulating in China cannot be ruled out. So there are seasonal factors that could be exacerbating the spread of HMPV. But without accurate data, again, distinguishing between manageable outbreak and this potential epidemic, that remain challenging. So anyway, with Donald Trump returned to power by 20th of Jan, and then geopolitical dynamics may further complicate the global response against this issue. So the situation at this point of time demands transparency and the global collaboration, both of which are currently not there. So, guys, staying informed is our best defense against misinformation and panic, and at the same time, any kind of this outbreak. The symptoms of HMPV, the risk it poses, and its prevention strategies are critical knowledge for everyone, and we already know, we already habituated to that. So we may need to go back to that situation where we need to maintain that personal hygiene, and we need to take care of our health and the health of the public also. So on a lighter note, what I want to tell you is just start following the same protocols that we have actually followed during the COVID outbreak, for your safety, for your family safety, and for the it's not a misinformation or trying to spread panic or anything, but we are vigilant. That's the case, right? So, see, whether or not this virus becomes a global concern, the key takeaway is preparedness. So, what I want to tell you is just get prepared. So, anyway, if not this, it will help you if you maintain that personal hygiene and other things. It will help you in any other disease also. So, let's not repeat the mistakes that happened in the past. So, keep following the reliable updates also. Prioritize hygiene and ensure you are aware of the preventive measures. So, if any major development occur, I'll again return with another detailed update. So that's about this session, guys. And what's your take on this? See you in the next video. Thank you so much.